have added his name to their shortlist for the midfield, but their top target there is Teun Cup Miners. Juve want Cup Miners. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, we touch on Julian Alvarez future situation, but also something to say on Barcelona, a deal collapsing, a new possibility, and also other things to discuss, including some opportunities on the market, the future of Conor Gallagher, and more. So let's jump into it together. And so guys, let me start today's video by mentioning many of the new things we have to say today, starting from Barcelona, because you probably remember at the end of April, Barcelona almost closed a verbal agreement with Argentinian midfielder Guido Rodriguez. He was set to be the first signing for Barca for the new season, out of contract at Real Betis, ready to join as a free agent, 2-year contract, 1-year option, verbal agreement done, but I always told you never signed because Barcelona position was very clear, waiting for financial fair play. Then what happens? Xavi was the man who really wanted Guido Rodriguez at Barca. Xavi was calling the player directly. Xavi spent several weeks calling people close to Betis also to have information on Guido Rodriguez. So Xavi was really involved on that signing, and this is why Barca decided to proceed. But then Xavi is gone, now there is Hansi Flick, and the understanding is that the verbal agreement between Barca and Guido Rodriguez has now expired at the end of May. So now it's June and it's everything open again for Guido Rodriguez. So we will see if Barca will decide to reactivate this option on let it go. At the moment this looks the most likely possibility to let Guido go with another option, and Barca considering other possibility for the new pivot. So Barca and Guido Rodriguez, the deal could really collapse definitely. At the moment is totally quiet, totally cold, in total stand-by. Meanwhile, Barca are still working on options for the midfield. One of the players they like is Mikel Merino, who is doing very well at Real Sociedad, the player who is out of contract next year, and at the moment he's not in advanced negotiation with Real Sociedad to extend the contract, so there is a concrete possibility for Mikel Merino to leave the club this summer. There was interest from Juventus. I can say that Juventus have added his name to their shortlist for the midfield, but their top target there is Teun Cup Miners. Juve want Cup Miners wants Juventus, and so this is the priority target, but Merino was also appreciated as a backup option by Juventus. Now he's one of the main options in the list of Barcelona. As Sport reported today, we can confirm that he's a player they really appreciate, and so could be really one to watch for Barca in the next weeks. Mikel Merino, after this Guido Rodriguez deal collapsed. So many things are happening, guys, around Europe in terms of opportunities, and an opportunity could be mentioning players out of contract in summer 2025. Also, Conor Gallagher. We know at the moment the situation is really open around Conor Gallagher. There is still no agreement to extend his contract at Chelsea. There is not even an advanced negotiation between Chelsea and Conor Gallagher to extend his contract. At the moment, the situation has gone completely quiet on that. Conor is still really focused on Chelsea. Conor is not desperate to leave Chelsea. He loves the club, so he would be more than happy to stay at Chelsea and fight for Chelsea, as he's always showing. But at the same time, there is interest. There is interest from Aston Villa. There is interest from Tottenham. They already wanted Conor Gallagher 1 year ago. They were considering him as a top target. Ange Postecoglou is a big fan of Conor Gallagher, but then Chelsea decided against selling him last summer. Now the situation is really open again around Conor Gallagher, because Villa are interested, Tottenham are interested, Chelsea positioning clear. They want more than £50 million for Conor Gallagher. So they are comparing in situation to Mason Mount. They sold Mason Mount for more than £50 million 1 year ago with 1 year left on his contract, and they see Conor Gallagher in a really similar position, an important player. And so that's why we have to see if these clubs will really start talks around that amount of money. This makes life difficult for other clubs. For example, Atletico Madrid, in the rumors for Conor Gallagher, they appreciate the player, but Atletico Madrid will not pay 60 million euros for Conor Gallagher. So this is the current situation around the player, for sure. One to watch in this summer transfer window, with many things happening also around other players. For example, I wanted to mention one more interesting case, Milos Kerkez, left back of Bournemouth. Very good talent, one of the most interesting left backs around Europe, doing very well after he did fantastic at AZ in Eredivisie, or great impact also in Premier League with Bournemouth. There is interest in Milos Kerkez. We already said in February, in March, that Man United are looking at left backs, and Milos Kerkez is one of the players they appreciate for that position. He's not the only one, but he's one of the options they are discussing internally. So Milos Kerkez is appreciated by Manchester United and could be a solution for the summer transfer window. Also, Chelsea have been scouting him, but at the moment still no direct contact. Let me say on Milos Kerkez that Bournemouth would really ask for big money for him. So they are not opening to cheap deal or opportunity deal. They want important money for Milos Kerkez, and they really would love to keep the player at the club for one more season with Iraola as a coach. So it's not going to be an easy one to sign Milos Kerkez, but interest is there, especially from Manchester United. So it's going to be one to watch for sure. Milos Kerkez in a market where left backs are really requested, really full of interest around Europe, waiting to see what happens, for example, with Alphonso Davies and many other similar cases around Europe. And in terms of interesting cases, keep close eye also on the situation of Julian Alvarez. There were many rumors in the recent days, especially about Atletico Madrid. Let me clarify one thing, guys. The message I'm getting as of today, and I can't guarantee for the entire transfer window, but as of today, is that Manchester City are not considering any loan for Julian Alvarez. We heard about the possibility of a loan deal for Julian to Atletico Madrid. At the moment, this is not the case. There is interest from Atletico Madrid, but what I'm hearing is that there is also strong interest from Paris Saint-Germain. So several clubs are asking information about Julian Alvarez. Why? Because they know from those also close to the player that at the moment Julian wants to play more. This is why many clubs are starting to move around Julian Alvarez for the summer transfer window. Could be one of the surprises for the summer transfer window. But there is one crucial point. Manchester City are showing no interest in a loan and absolutely no interest in making it cheap. So Manchester City are not letting Julian Alvarez leave easy, and not for easy money at all. So in case something will happen because Julian wants to play more, has to be for big amount of money. This is the point. And at the moment, Manchester City are still hopeful to keep the player at the club this summer. So the situation is really open around Julian Alvarez. We will see how the discussions will go. But for example, Paris Saint-Germain asked for information on Julian. There are many clubs keeping close eye to the situation, and so could be one of the surprising names for the summer transfer window. But it will really depend on Manchester City. They have absolutely not given any indication yet to all the clubs because they want to take their time. They hope to keep Julian as part of their project. They extended his contract 1 year ago, so Manchester City have a very clear project around Julian Alvarez, but for sure could be an interesting situation in case the player decides to ask for a new opportunity. So let's see what's going to happen there, but for sure the situation is busy now on the transfer market. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories from Julian Alvarez, what should he do on the market, but also Milos Kerkez. Do you think he could be a good fit for Manchester United? And also, Mikel Merino, Barca, Guido Rodriguez, where should he go? Conor Gallagher, what should Chelsea do with him? I wait for your comments, guys. Here as always, remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao.